Good morning. November 2nd. Getting ready to fire up the excavator. A little different project. Got the trench all done yesterday. Let that warm up for a bit. And battery died on the GoPro, and I could not figure out how to get the Volta connected to the media mod. It was not charging. So, flipped it around. Trench is all dug from what we call the milk house attached to the hangar over there, and up here to the white barn, if you can see it. Here, if I open the window, it's a little better. So it's connected over there. Got a little bit of hand digging to do next to the building there, and over there a little bit of hand digging, and other than that, it's ready for the conduit for the electrical. Then we're going to backfill a foot, add some caution tape, put a little soil on top of that, and then we're going to run a conduit. And back at it. Got the excavator loaded up. It's ready to go back tomorrow morning. Small problem with the truck. It threw a four-wheel drive code, so I got stuck on grass. It says the front axle solenoid isn't activating, so we'll get that looked at. Next up, trench is ready. Conduit's laid out, and we've got these old water pipes. I'm going to jump down in there, and there's 3 to cut. There's another one. I'm going to jump down in there, get those cut, get those out of the way, and we'll start gluing conduit together. We've got the old water pipes cut out of there, and we've done a little work at the end. A little more digging back over there to figure out exactly where it's going to go. So at digging, that's heavy, wet clay. Got a slope, got it ramped up. Now we're going to glue stuff together. So I'm going to set this off to the side, and we'll do a time lapse when we do the editing. I may have to mute this when we do the editing because we're listening to the pregame show for the WGR 55 out of Buffalo. And there we go. That should work. Off to work we go. So it looks like we're going to glue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to start with 7 and then see where we're at. That's that one there. So we can start with that one. And we got the flare end. Yep, that's the correct. And it's out a little ways. And then we can, and after they're cured, we can drop them in the hole. Ooh, I might have to get a wrench. Yeah. Gotta get a wrench. Though some other video stuff we've been working on is cleaning up the toolbox. And it is so nice being able to go in there and know exactly where the drawer is. So there'll be a video coming up on that. It is, oh my goodness. There it goes. We're getting foam cut for the toolbox drawers like I had in the military and aviation. So all the wrenches are going to sit right in the foam spot. We'll know exactly where everything is. Yummy primer. So this is not a how-to. This is how we're doing it. There we go. Squeeze and push, and then hold them together for 15 seconds. There's the glue squeezing out. Chemical reaction, it bonds them, they become one. Anyone watching that in a video, 15 seconds, let us know. We'll wait. That's good. these joints, when they're glued, they are waterproof. Oh yeah, I'm going to work tomorrow with primer fingers. Okay, you'll feel it squeezing it. There we go. I'm not worried about the mess. All you plumbers out there, ignore the drips and dribbles. It's going underground. You can feel if you try to twist, you feel it's locked. And we'll just let that sit. On to the next one. Rinse and repeat. So far, I haven't dropped the primer. If you read the instructions, they'll tell you to do one joint, then the other joint, and go back to that first joint again. It's a lot easier than doing this down in the trench. In the trenches, we'll make an adjustment on our angle here. Glad we got the big cans. Okay. We're listening to WGR 55 out of Buffalo, so pre-game show for the Bills. We're in Chiefs country. We're about 30 miles east of Wichita. 2.5 hours, 3 hours from Kansas City. So we're glad we're able to get Buffalo sports talk. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this 6 or 7? Yeah, after we get them glued up. Oh yeah, nice. Boom, lined up my lines. So I noticed a sticker on here, the print. This PVC is made in China. Most likely I wouldn't be surprised if we send a bunch of our plastic over to China because for whatever reason. But I sure wish we could get it made locally. Think how much cheaper it would be. They wouldn't have to spend months on a ship. Looking how far we are there, where we got to go there. The next one might be where we curve, so we may end up bending that before we put it in the. I think we're at a good stopping point for this. That went way quicker than anticipated. So I'm gonna take this in and wipe this so it doesn't glue itself together. Show you our supervisor. This is the kind of supervisor you need. Right there. Say hi, Bella. What you doing? Who's here? Nobody? Want to say hi to the camera? She says no. Good morning. Welcome to the ranch. Squinting in the sun. It's bright. Bright Kansas morning. 26 degrees. Last week of February. So quick update on these utilities we ran out here to the hangar. So we trenched down. We're 24 plus inches deep down in here. Have power going up to the panel inside here. Water's underground, and since we were doing it, and the sewer line comes from the house right over here out to the septic tank, we decided we might as well stub in. So we're stubbed in, so we're prepped so we could add a toilet and a sink out here. Power. This is a bit rough out here, this area. And this was an old, this pad here, this was one of the old greenhouse pads. It's been all busted up. It was busted up before we got trenching out here, but trenches backfilled, letting it settle over the winter time. Probably in another month we'll get out here with the rototiller. We'll till up the sides, scrape it in again, and get everything leveled off. Drove over it with the tractor a few times while when backfilling. So over here is the new spigot. So frost-free here, and that goes down 24 inches, and here's where the power is going to come from, the distribution panel over here. So here in southern Kansas, 24 inches is plenty with the water line. You won't freeze. I know back home where I grew up in the Northeast, you got to go much deeper than that, but not out here. And power is all conduited also. Water line is below the power. So in the future, here's where the power line comes in, goes over and out to the pole and splits over here. In the future, we might bury that. It's tall enough to get a fifth wheel in, and you know, it's 14 foot high. But over here is the meter, and there's a main 200 amp breaker, and then it splits off, comes back up, goes to the house, and then comes out here to the barn. I would like to get rid of that pole. I'd like to actually bury from the road, have it all buried, and then just have a stand here, a board here where it splits off and everything is underground. That would be ideal, but in the future. So anyway, want to give you a quick overview of that as I'm squinting in the sun. Enjoy your day.